Before the mid-60s, Americans had never heard the term SUV, but the Ford Motor Company changed all that. In 1966, the new Bronco was an instant hit when it first rolled off the assembly line. Now, a group of craftsmen in this small shop is looking to rekindle that 50-year-old spark. They're bringing new life to an original Bronco and giving it modern-day technology underneath. Their mission? Make an American legend even better. Welcome once again to Tulsa, Oklahoma, the home of brand new muscle car. You know, there's something uniquely visceral about driving a car like this 1969 Camaro, and this thing isn't just a car, it is an experience. Driving it is a feast for the senses, from the sound of the monster under the hood to the feel of the seats, even the way it smells. But above all, 60s muscle cars were eye candy, with revolutionary body lines that oozed a feeling of speed in colors that made the cars look fast even when they were standing still. For this Camaro, Midnight Blue sets it apart, but for our classic Bronco, Classic Black is just the thing. When we last saw our Bronco, it was in the hands of the bodywork crew. Martin and Tony made some adjustments to get all of the body panels to fit together perfectly, and they modified the doors to make this Bronco a full-time roadster. Finally, the crew applied seam seal to the interior, and with that, this Bronco was ready to head to the painters.
It's a part of the process that we're going to do that basically we're going to start to take the orange peel off. The orange peel looks like an orange, and what we're going to do with this grid of paper is we're going to start to take that texture off. You can see it's starting to come off nice and even. When the guide coat starts to disappear, then we know we can just keep going down the panel. Once we get done with our 180, which is a coarser grit, we're going to move up to some 240, which is just a finer grit, has more particles per square inch. Basically, the 240 is going to get rid of our 180 scratches. We're just going to gradually work our way up into the 320 range.
Now, after we're done with this, then we got to go over this thing with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that there's no pinholes. Got to make sure all this is not cut out. We got to make sure that all these are straight, not rounded. Got to make sure everything is perfect because this truck is going black. And you see everything in a black paint job. This is why paint jobs take so long and why there's so much money. People all the time come up and they're like, how much for a paint job? I said, we can do a paint job for $10,000. We can do a paint job for $25,000. They would ask me, what is the difference between $10,000 and $25,000 paint job? I said, time. That is the difference, how much time we put in it. And anybody that's ever painted will know that.
One of the things that I have had to learn over the years is patience. Because of guys like this.
One thing that can be said of every member of the brand new muscle car staff, building cars isn't just their job, it's a passion. And when they're not working on cars, they're playing with cars.
Putting a 40 by 50 shop at my house and a lift so I can go home and do my stuff, because I can't do it here. I mean, we've got too much going on, plus I'm here all day long, and then to be able to drag in one of my cars, then I'm taking a stall away from the stuff that I need to be doing here. So yeah, I'm building it. 2,000 square feet. I've got a couple acres, so I've got some place that I can do it. My wife was not real thrilled about it at first because she's like, you're gonna put a house in our backyard. I'm like, yeah, I am. The shop is gonna look really cool inside. I don't know if I'm gonna get all the projects done, but you know, at least they'll look cool sitting in there.
So basically what we're doing here is the little bit of the challenging part about painting all this area is the way that Martin seamed it all together. You know, he's got all his Bondo perfect, and what we do is we make it to where it's not an individual piece. We actually seam them together. So in order to do that, when it comes to the painting side, we have to leave it on and can't take it back off. which makes us do little stuff like this, have to get back up in between. And after we're done painting, we may have to come in and touch up a couple things, but it's all stuff we're used to, and that keeps our seamless lines and makes it to where it's one piece and not two pieces.
We're just getting revved up here on Brand New Muscle Car. Still to come, the only Bronco of its kind in the entire world. And the painters tackle some problems in the paint booth.
Brand New Muscle Car Classic Bronco is brought to you by Raybuck Auto Body Parts, providing quality restoration parts since 1985. Kicker Performance Audio, living loud. And by Tom's Bronco Parts, the largest inventory around of 66 to 77 Ford Bronco parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Brand New Muscle Car. Yes, it's an automotive shop, but the craftsmen here are not your stereotypical grease monkeys.
I've always been like artist, painting, you know, whatever, just kind of messing around with it. And then I was like, well, hey, I can paint cars for a living. I enjoy doing it. That's pretty much how I even kind of started even doing it. Was I just thought it was fun at the time. And then I made a career out of it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But now it's pretty leveled out. I'm not chasing the dollar in collision anymore.
I remember being back in elementary school and my teachers getting on to me, why are you drawing cars on paper? Why are you drawing all class? Why aren't you doing your schoolwork? Basically, it just goes back to my artistic side. Can I airbrush and can I draw skulls and all that stuff on cars? No, absolutely not. But this feeds my artistic side because I like vibrant colors. I like the preparation to getting there, and I like seeing the finished product. I don't have a pen to paper artistic side, but if you give me a big panel and you want me to make it clean and perfect, I can definitely do that. Any imperfection we ought to tape up.
With a really big piece of imperfection right there.
I'm gonna shank you.
Now we're just going over everything and finding every little spot that we don't like, that we got to fix before we paint it. Some of these are pinholes, some of these are just things that we need to pay attention to, blocking or whatnot. How we fix pinholes is what we do is we take a little bit of finishing glaze, and then we'll mix a little bit up. We'll take a razor blade and just wipe it in there to fill it up. And then after it hardens, then we'll take some sandpaper and lightly sand it. That way it makes it smooth. All right, so we got all the imperfections done, taken care of. We got it all sanded. We're fixing to blow it all off. And then we're going to start wrapping it, get ready to put in the booth.
The paint shop at Brand New Muscle Car is a hub of activity, and so is the restoration shop. It's full of customer cars waiting to come back to life. But among them, we found one classic car that's brand new.
One of my all-time favorite cars, AC Cobra kit car. We build lots and lots of kit cars. We love doing it. It's just one side of our multifaceted business. Kit cars are great because they come as a kit. They come in a big box. You get a chassis, you get suspension, you get wheels and tires, you get a body. We build the chassis separately. We get the body ready. We made it all together. It's like a giant go-kart with a car motor. Nothing is more fun to drive than one of these cars.
I was excited to get the opportunity to build something this cool. It's a pretty awesome car. It's a new thing for me, so I'm enjoying it. It's not your same run-of-the-mill old cars. When you order the car, you pick all your options, so that it's really however you want it. This one's getting a 351 Ford out to a 427 with automatic transmission. This one's getting a windshield, no side windows. You pick the wheels, your brakes, and all that good rear end. So you kind of have all your options set out. I mean, with any of these cars, we got to put our best foot forward and make it the best build we can do, given what we have. I mean, it's how I tackle everything, it's as if it was my own. It's really cool to see the customer's reaction, to see them excited about something that you've put together, you've had so much time in, and for them to be that excited about it, it's pretty cool. I mean, I hope when they see their cars that they're just as excited as we are to put it together for them.
Next up on Brand New Muscle Car, classic Broncos are a hot commodity these days, and the prices show it. But 50 years ago, it was an affordable formula for fun. And black is the new black. The painters plied their craft to make this rugged Roadster into a real head turner.
Learn more about the Ford Bronco story in Todd Zerker's new book. Get your copy of Ford Bronco, A History of Ford's Legendary 4x4 at cartechbooks.com and at popular retailers in-store and online.
Base price of the Broncos when they first came out was around $2,500 in 1966. So they were an affordable vehicle. I think they were comparably priced to Jeeps and Scouts of that era. Most people could afford that as a second type of vehicle. Ford made points in their advertising about being very comparably priced to other utility vehicles at that time, so I think people could generally afford them. In terms of Bronco prices right now, you know, prices are all over the board, but you're not going to get much for less than $10,000 these days. You're going to get drivers in the teens and maybe a decent one in the 20s. Really nice restored trucks now, of course, are $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. What we call a Resto-Mod is probably going to go $100,000 or more with a lot of really nice paint and body work and a real good powertrain in it. In terms of the market value, I guess in some ways I'm not surprised. I look at some of the prices and I think, good Lord, this is crazy and it's insane. On the other hand, I look at it and I say, well, I told you so, because a lot of us got into Broncos 15, 20, 30 years ago when you could pick them up for almost nothing. We knew they were a well-kept secret at that time. I've always felt they were popular with collectors, but it was a real small niche group of collectors that had them. And to watch them grow and explode just the last 10 or 12 years has really been very interesting to watch. Yeah.
The team at Brand New Muscle Car loves the Bronco legend, but the goal is to make this one drive and look even better than the original. And when it comes to classic vehicles, nothing makes a first impression like a great paint job.
We're going in?
All right, yeah, let's go in.
Say, go and grab your deal before I cover it up.
Jared is a painter, first and foremost, but as a co-owner of Brand New Muscle Car, his responsibilities extend beyond the paint booth. He also heads up Unique Collision, the company's body shop. Repairing wrecked daily drivers is a lot different than building high-end resto-mods.
You know, we try to make it look flawless. We try to make it look better than it was before. And when you give it back to them, you know, just the amazement and the shock of, wow, that is exactly what my car looked like before. That's very stimulating and that's very pleasing.
Jared devotes his days to cars, one of his life's loves. But his evenings and weekends, well, they're reserved for his true passion.
Hey girls, outfield, what I like is the last two plays, we're all crashing. Good, backing them up. I love what I do when it comes to cars, but the pride of my life has been coaching youth sports. I've got a 22-year-old son, his name's Jordan, and I coached his youth football team for 7 years. Right now I'm coaching an 8 and under softball team here in Tulsa. We're called the Oklahoma Diamond Girls. More or less what I do is Coach Kendall likes to coach the infield, and I'll get out here with the outfielders and we'll work on, you know, on getting under the ball, getting in the correct position, making good throws. This is my 3rd year with them, and I've started to build individual relationships with those little girls like I did with my boys all those years. And at 8 years old, you don't pound in their head, make sure you throw the ball right every single time. You pound in their head, hey, we're out here to have fun. And if we're not having fun, then it doesn't make you want to learn. To learn, you got to be having fun with doing what you're doing. So the team aspect of what I consider sports really relates well to working in a body shop and working in a restoration shop and working in a muscle car build shop with other guys. You have to have strong ideas, but be willing and able to take other people's ideas. I'll be over at the collision shop and I'll ask the guy, hey, what is it going to take you to get this done? I can't tell a 20-year experienced guy how to do it. I'm going to lean on him, and it just bodes back to the team. We're a team. We work well together, and the times that we don't work well together, it shows. It doesn't show in the quality because that's something we demand, but it shows in the productivity. And that's one thing that I feel like we're getting a real good grasp on in the Brand New Muscle Cars. It takes years to build a solid team, and we're adding new members to the team, and we're finding which piece they fit into the team. So it's a working process, but it's going really good, and we're really excited about where it's going.
All right, it's all wrapped. We've got it all done. I think we're ready to start sealing it. get some paint on it.
Get it all wiped down.
Yeah, we need to get it all wiped down and everything. So.
Hey guys.
What's
going on, brother?
What's going on?
Looks like we're painting another icon, huh?
I'm glad to see that you showed up whenever the hard work's all done.
Well, I'm known for my timing.
We are good. We're gonna wipe it down one more time, start putting the sealer, and let's make it shiny.
All right.
Let's do it.
When we come back, this 4x4 RestoMod continues its transition to the dark side. And we'll show you a classic Bronco that's truly one of a kind, and it's truly cherry.
Brand new muscle car classic Bronco is brought to you by Wild Horses 4x4. Isn't it time you answered the call of the wild? Rhino Hitch, the most versatile adjustable hitch on the market. And by No Limit Engineering. We build them, we test them, and we drive them.
When it comes to cars, color makes a big difference. But in the case of at least one classic Bronco, it looks best with no paint at all.
Well, I always had Broncos, and I got a friend of mine. He's got 5 Jeeps and a Ranger pickup of his own, and he made wall wood bodies on them. And he told me, he said, find one of them, we'll rotted out Broncos, and we'll make a wood one. And this is what we ended up with. Took him almost a year to build it. Uses all old school stuff, and there's nothing he can't make out of a piece of wood. It's all built out of cherry with oak and ash trim. Most all the pieces, it's built like a butcher block. They're all 7/8 to 1 inch pieces. All the pieces are glued and screwed together, and it's phenomenal. You can look at the body lines, they're all perfect. Took a duplicator and take one out here to show, put them on here, they're identical. It's all bolted just like a regular body does. We replaced the inner fenders, the cowl on it, the radiator support, all that's brand new, up to under the seats. The rear of the bed, it's wooden cross members, and we made the cross members in the front fit right to the original frame. There's not a rattle anywhere in it. I've had a lot of Broncos, and it feels tighter than a regular Bronco does. We went down and bought a brand new 302 crate motor and put in it. Went through the drive shafts, new springs, new bushings, transfer, everything on it is brand new. You could jump in it and drive it from here to California. Wouldn't be afraid to. A couple years after we got this done here, my buddy Jack told me, he said, you know, you need one of them little golf carts to run around them car shows with that Bronco. So we went and found one of them, and we tore the whole body off of it, took a piece of cardboard, put it up next to it, and he measured the cardboard out, and that's how we made it.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming out to support us. It's a big day at Brand New Muscle Car. We're going to paint the Bronco today. We appreciate you guys from Exalta and O'Reilly's coming out to support us. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, really excited to be back here at Brand New Muscle Car.
We're glad to have you back.
Well, we're going to be doing Chromax Easy again.
Yes, loved it the first time.
Yeah, last time I was here, that Yanko, man, it sure came out good.
Dude, I love the EZ.
I brought a couple of new things with me. I brought our low VOC clear coat and undercoat, the sealer, which are compliant in the strict environmental regulations we have out in California, Canada, other places.
This is not the same stuff that we used last time.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Totally new.
That's right. It's a urethane-based product. You spray one nice even coat, let it flash off about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and can come back over it with the top coat. But it sprays really sweet, just like what you're used to.
Now, I know in Oklahoma, it's got a lot of humidity here. Is that going to hurt anything as far as that?
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to be good to go.
So how does this product end up drying? Is it shiny? Is it flat? How does it lay down?
Nice and flat, and it's real easy to nib sand. If you have a little boo-boo, you got to fix it.
Like this inside? Yeah, I got this.
Well, what do you think how that sprays?
I like it. I like how it sprays. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like whenever it's all dried up and ready for base.
I told you we can get him to paint the grill.
I know, right?
Just have to hand me a gun.
Well, let's get some base color coat on, huh?
Yeah, let's make it black. All right, man, tell us about this new clear.
All right, well, this is LE8700S, so this is our appearance clear. It's just nice, even, wet coats. Super easy.
Okay.
Great look.
All right.
You guys are gonna love this stuff.
All right.
You want to have a knob? Yeah, he's okay.
All right.
Looks good. Another epic paint job on another epic build.
Man, this is gonna look sweet whenever it's all done.
Especially with the gold row bar.
Amen.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Make sure you tune in next time because it's time for this 50-year-old Bronco to get a brand new power plant. And the brand new muscle car team looks for a new home. We'll see you then.
All right, guys, ready? Let's do this.
Do it.